For those who don't know, years ago I reviewed an animated Titanic musical known as Titanic: The Legend Goes On. Not only was it an obvious ripoff of the James Cameron film, but it had racist singing mice, a forced happy ending, and a rapping dog. Yeah, a rapping dog on the Titanic. It was one of the most tasteless abominations ever. At least it was, until I found another animated Titanic musical called The Legend of Titanic. It had racist singing mice, a forced happy ending, but no rapping dog. No. That was replaced with a glove-sniffing fetishist, sharks that escape from jail that sink the ship instead of an iceberg, and a giant puppy dog squid who puts the ship back together so that everyone can get out alive. Good chocolate-coated God. As if having two of these in existence wasn't enough for Skynet to want to kill us, this last one actually got a sequel. Because sinking the Titanic was clearly just part one. The sequel is the one we're looking at today, called In Search of the Titanic. Just when you thought things couldn't possibly get any stupider in a world that focuses on the sinking of the Titanic, what does this one throw in? Atlantis! Yeah, Titanic and Atlantis now exist in the same universe. Well, I guess it is the next logical step. It just keeps going in descending order. Titanic in Atlantis, Titanic in space, Titanic assignment Miami Beach, and of course, Titanic in the hood.
Let's dream and have it.
The funny thing is, this wasn't even originally called that. It was originally called Tentacolino, the name of the puppy puss in the last one, even though he's barely in it. But his name was changed from the Italian version to something more simple. Whatever they choose to call him.
Artie.
Naughty.
Artie.
The great Artie.
Yeah, any of these. And thus it became a Titanic movie once again, meaning I have to review it. And believe it or not, it is actually, no joke, not kidding, even worse than the other two. Not one hint of sarcasm, this is the worst one. Now, I do have this tradition of drinking a rather large bottle of Jaeger every time I view one of these, and seeing that this is somehow the absolute worst out of all of them, it's time to push the button. Let us begin. We start with a recap of the last film, and if you think you know the story of the Titanic and don't need a recap, you clearly haven't seen it from writers whose everyday dinner looks like this. It was called The Rip-Off of Dreams, and it really was. It says the film takes place 3 years after the Titanic sunk, where apparently there's been quite the technology boom in those short years. I guess the 2001 aliens are dropping monoliths on marine biologists. But it looks like they only got half the enlightenment because the only people going down to search for the Titanic are two of the passengers and their dog from the first one. Are they really qualified? Just because they were on the Titanic doesn't mean they can find the damn thing. Hey, I know where Amelia Earhart is because I watched an episode of Star Trek she was on. Millions in research funds, please. I guarantee you, though, they're gonna see stranger things in this yellow submarine than the Beatles ever did. Starting with their dog, who can talk to them now.
It seems to me there are a lot of nasty-looking sharks out there.
Oh, it must be those magic moonbeams in the last film that came from a woman's tears that, you know, life is too precious, it's not worth the time. And don't forget about the little mice friends from the last one, who are just as afraid of the sharks watching them as the dog is.
We're at sea. This is their home. Honestly, there really isn't anything to worry about.
Sharks, indeed. They're worse than cats.
Even cats eat mice.
We lose thousands of lives to your house pets every day. It's funny. Cut to immediate style change. Christ, is Lara Croft swimming through here? As we're showing.
Yo, look at my teeth. They're so sharp and white and neat.
Why do these movies need rap songs? I just don't see the connection. Was the rap song in the other film such a worldwide phenomenon that the movie said, hey, we can make it whiter?
There's no one cooler than me. I'm a great big genius that lives in the sea.
Ooh, man, you better look out. There's gonna be a rap battle between this and the Polar Express chefs who sing the hot chocolate song. What the hell are they even saying? It It's so gargled that I think we're just supposed to interpret our own lyrics. So the head of the sharks is told about the Simpson testicle and he tells his minions to attack it. Why? His detailed reasoning will send shivers down your spine.
Are you sure it's yellow? I hate that color. I can't stand yellow.
Macbeth had the inner duality of acquiring power while holding on to his humanity. Ahab demonstrated how revenge can destroy others as well as yourself. This character hates yellow. If that brilliantly established motivation doesn't give you goosebumps, I weep for you. So he orders the sharks to start sinking their teeth into it.
What's happening?
Calm down, Smile. Relax. It must have been an underwater current.
It couldn't be those things I said wouldn't attack us attacking. Let's make another joke about cats.
Let's cut the cables.
They chew on the cable so discreetly that they don't make any sound effects. Must be on silent running. As they're tossed around inside.
Try to stay calm.
Yeah, because that worked so well before. What was your advice on the Titanic? Read a book? The cable is cut, but the sharks don't want to finish them off just yet. The reason?
Right now, I have to go and brush my teeth.
A lot of people underestimate the importance of shark dental hygiene. But in a bizarre twist, the sharks are also in cahoots with the bad guy from the first film, as they communicate via jellyfish telegram.
Okay.
Jeffrey, now this is important. I want our mini submarines to be in a permanent state of alert.
Jesus, how many submarines did they have back then? If your evil plans to get rich, I'd say mission already accomplished. Our Muppet tentacle porn comes across the sinking sub, but can't pull it out even though he was originally strong enough to put the Titanic back together. Who can he get to help?
Whoa!
It begins. Yep, an army of every 80s girl toy that ever existed arrive and tell the craptopus that they can help. Thank God they use their advanced technology of bubble in a can. Bubbles! And ride their literal seahorses to the city of Atlantis. Their dog Smile wakes up to see what's happening.
Help! I'm dead!
Keep calm, you're all safe.
No, I'm dead! And you're taking me to doggy hell.
Wow, thanks for putting that idea into kids' heads. Did your puppy ever bite you? He could go here. They take them to Dr. Calamity Jane as our heroes discover that Atlantis is kinda like a creepy comfort inn, except somehow even more hostile.
Go and get things ready, immediately.
Get what ready?
Calm down.
Me?
Yes.
To be able to...
Wow, what an asshole! Talk out of line again, and I will smite down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger. You will know my name is the Lord.
You have to drink the elixir before you visit the city.
Of course. Keep calm. If they wanted to harm us,
saying
they wouldn't
keep
have saved us.
calm!
This elixir is such a
Have you noticed all the bullshit it got you in? Look, sharks, keep calm. We're gonna drown. Keep calm. Drink this incredibly suspicious shit.
This elixir is such a pretty color.
The skull and crossbones are especially adorable.
I'm honored to introduce to you my squadron of mermaids and mermen.
Bye. Why'd we show up for this again?
Does he think we can hear him through that?
We must go. It's getting late.
The mall closes half past kidnap o'clock.
How do you like it?
It's like a dream.
No, dreams make sense compared to this. They then take him to a room full of toys who have the ability to speak and achieve conscious thought. How is this possible?
Everything lives, moves, and thinks, even if it seems impossible at times.
Oh, that explains that. How about a creepy song number?
Here is a surprise. You can thank your lucky stars that have saved your lives.
I don't like this guy's voice. He sounds like the Crypt Keeper if he was choking on Gollum.
I will say without mistake, Atlantis is the only place where you always stay awake.
This is the last thing we'll see before we die.
It's fun and games
But you know what this song really needs?
here in Atlantis.
Rave music.
The water is fresh, you can swim around at the fish hotel. It's a real cool sound. Coming to my shop, a dozen custard dime. Every single day, it's always party time.
This review is writing itself. I'm not even kidding. Look, this review is literally writing itself. This is so terrifyingly batshit insane that you can actually hear someone off-screen declare, "This is scary." I'm not even kidding. Listen closely. she said this is scary. Yes, it is, poor soul. I think we know who the real survivors involving the Titanic should be. But the musical counselor lets some uncomfortable news slip.
Up there. You can't go back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to tell you that after the chloroform sprinklers went off. So they end up meeting the king of Atlantis, and wow!
From now on, Atlantis will be your home, and you will not be able to leave it.
Who's a ring wraith now?
I hope you will accept my apologies for the lack of tact displayed by our counselor when he gave you the news.
On the contrary, it's better that we were told about the situation right away. And I have to say your counselor informed us in the most amusing way, which helped us all to see the benefit.
Yes, I love being told I'm a hostage via bullshit music that even Radio Disney would throw in acid. Clearly, you thought long and hard about this. He's also told that the elixir not only has them breathe underwater, but also can have them live forever. Again, would have been a nice nugget of knowledge to know earlier.
Your friends aren't still getting over the shock of the news, are they?
No, they're still a bit surprised by it, but they understand that we had no choice in the matter.
What are you smoking to be so okay with this?
Now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
Our mice friends come across other mice in Atlantis, because that's a common Atlantean infestation, and it turns out there are even more offensive stereotypes than them.
Hey, you can never be too prudent. After you, everything is ready. It's open, but you can trust us, you know. Get out of here, go! And take the flask with you!
We call him Mickey Mouse Rooney. While that's going on, Smile comes across a new companion. Whoa, slow down. We haven't even sniffed each other's asses yet. I guess that scene was over. This movie has the smooth transition of a slap to your balls.
Who are these? The chief did say that all the rats should be present, you idiot.
You're so stupid, I bet you'd appear in the same background in a jump cut. So the rats of this underwater world don't like the Atlanteans and want to take them over.
Let's take a huge stash of the elixir of life with us. Thanks to the elixir, we'll be able to conquer the world, and we'll offer that annoying little pink octopus as a present to Razor Teeth. That fish is the one that causes all the problems.
Razor Teeth?
Yes, he's our ally.
Wow, I never accumulated so many questions in such a short amount of time. How did the rats get there? If they didn't drink the elixir, how can they be there? How will the elixir make them rule the world? Why do they want to rule the world? What issues do they have with the Atlantean government? How does the Atlantean government work? Why do they think the octopus causes all the problems? How are they in contact with the sharks? Why are they in contact with the sharks? This bullshit makes so little sense you could call it Brexitlantis. This news eventually gets back to our heroes.
This time we should all be there. Do I make myself perfectly clear, Smile?
But I can't come. I'm really scared of water. I had a bad experience when I was only a puppy.
Oh, and being on the Titanic probably played a small part in that. Oh yeah, by the way, aren't we supposed to be looking for that? For a film called In Search of Titanic, there's very little searching for the Titanic. Even for the original title, Tentacolino, he's barely in this either. You might as well call it Left Shoe on Lady's Foot. It'd make about as much sense and be far more engaging. So they tell the king about the evil plot and how they also plan to take apart his counselor.
If they dismantle me with a screwdriver, I'll die.
They'll have to have a screwdriver, and down here in Atlantis, there are no screwdrivers. They've all been banned.
Well, wait a minute. No screwdrivers? All of this city was made with no screwdrivers? Boy, dealers in this city must be very interesting. So they agree to let them do the revolution. I mean, they are just friggin' rats. And to stop them in the middle of it.
We'll replace the flask of elixir with a false one, which will be full of water.
I'm ready to serve, Your Majesty.
We must prepare for battle.
All we have to do is win.
You've made everyone dumber for saying that. So they help them get the fake elixir, but the Atlanteans are there to head them off.
That's it, good!
Whoa! Smiles is packing! I'm sending you all to doggy hell. You hear me? Doggy hell, which we just clarified exists.
Attack!
Wow, look at all those ships. And not one screwdriver was used on any of them. A little spit and mud goes a long way. So all the toys are marching into battle when somebody spots a little girl doll in the army.
A little girl? Little one, I appreciate your effort, but this is no place for someone like you. What is your name, my child?
For the love of broken bagpipes.
What?
I'm not a little girl. I'm the commander of the mountain artillery troops. It's a curse, not a disguise. I'm dolled up like this because I fell into the hands of a little girl who thought she'd put a wig on me when she saw me with this skirt on. Your Majesty.
Don't come near me.
Let me fight. I have to banish this curse that's haunting me and regain my identity.
Okay, some notes? How is a little girl dressing you up a curse? It's just a little girl dressing you up. There's no supernatural elements. Second, why don't you just take the wig off? Along with the makeup? In fact, you're underwater. How the hell does it stay on anyway? Yeah, like that. You just did it! You took it off like it was nothing! Does that mean the curse is gone now? Whatever weird curse you think your Parker brother Ouija board gave you?
From now on, you have a new leader, a new general, the General Brumali.
And I'm not even kidding, this character never comes back. The strange backstory, the curse, the nonsensical story arc, none of it plays a part in anything. It was 100% pointless. Well, thank you for that. Whenever somebody brings up a Scottish toy who fought in a war who was cursed to look like a little girl but fired a cannon lifting the curse and promoting him to general, I still won't reference you. So they zap the bad guy's ship with some sort of forgetting ray.
Okay.
And the bad guy totally forgets his plans. Or if he ever had any at all. Yeah, what was his scheme?
Jeffrey, tell me, what was happening?
Thus, the rats also find out that the elixir they got isn't the real elixir, as they test it on this old man whom they tied to bricks and tried to drown. You know, I'm starting to think these were the rats Nim flushed down the toilet.
Fix them so that they'll never hurt anyone again.
Ah! What was that?
We've won, we're the best.
Why was there a random shot of Pink Thulu there? Was it a subliminal message letting us know the film is always watching us?
Jesus died in vain.
We've won, we're the best.
And as a reward to our heroes, they clean up and put together the Titanic. Yeah, remember that? The title of the goddamn movie?
We finished, Your Excellency.
Complete with dead bodies and everything.
Yeah. Come on, Screwy!
Wait a minute! He's with a screwdriver! I thought they were outlawed! In fact, the screwdriver can talk too. Yeah, it can think, it can make choices, it can do anything just like all the other things. That makes it kind of worse. They've outlawed an entire group of people just for existing? That's America's job! So they take the ship and our heroes to the Isle of Naboombu, where they say they'll live the rest of their immortal lives. Sweet?
This is a secret island, unreachable by anyone, and here you will live happily ever after.
Thanks again for kidnapping us, forcing us to live forever, having us fight in your wars, and dropping us off on a deserted island. Thank God we have no friends back home. And that was The Search for Titanic, by far the worst of the movies. Not because of how historically insensitive it is, you could claim the others are worse for that, but just for what a poorly made, nonsensical, totally mad collection of ravings it is. The imagery in this film is beyond bonkers, and the reasons for the imagery are the invitation to a dark hallway of insanity I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy. It is beyond words. It is a sickness. It is the worst in the animated musical Titanic trilogy. And I am so sad we live in a world where that's a thing. Holy goddamn hell.